Boxing for me is a way to get a lot out. I spend most of my time in the gym or training, so it definitely has had a big role on my life and a big impact for my future. So back in maybe 2-3 years ago, I was hanging around with the wrong crowd, doing drugs, smoking. I was fighting, being told off in school, getting kicked out of school, hanging around with a lot of bad people. And then I started boxing really. I got into boxing, started training. I was lucky to have my dad set me on the right pathway in boxing. He introduced me to boxing, my dad, and then I met my coach Paul, who took me to the amateur club. He introduced me to a lot of amateurs, boys and girls, and hopefully I'll start competing this year, September. Obviously due to Corona I've not managed to compete yet, as you've not been allowed physical contact, but then hopefully come September I'll have my first fight and win it.
Jess ran away first time, no issue. She ran away again. I did chase after her, caught her, but it was so hot that I lost contact, I lost my grip. She was found just up the road, put in the back of a police car, told they were going to section her for her own safety, due to running, not realising what you're doing. And I think as a parent, that's probably the worst, the lowest you can even be yourself, let alone see your child, in the back of a police car and not knowing what's going to happen.
Jess was crazy. Runaway, tearaway, bad out of hell. Look, in the beginning, she was bullied, and I remember the period of almost a year and a half that she slept on the floor next to my bed. She was too scared to go to her room. She then grew up and matured up. I think she got knocked about so much that she eventually stood up for herself. And the 3 particular girls that used to bully Jessica, she systematically got each and every one of them, all 3 of them. And funny enough, these 3 girls that bullied her for all these years, when Jessica turned the tide on these girls, they're the ones that phoned the police the first time. So Jessica got arrested for all 3 occasions. But explaining to the police, she never got charged with anything because what was explained to them was sort of understood. Jess then she stood out. Jessica was uncontrollable at one stage. She was, as I said, a bat out of hell. What I will say is that Jessica has learned from those experiences. She's actually gone back to that particular girl that she fought with and apologised to her personally. She not only did that, she apologised to her mum. And what really amazed me is that one of the articles in the Swindon Advertiser that interviewed Jessica, she actually publicly apologised to her. Jessie feels very bad about that. She feels very bad about a lot of things, but she's got through it. She's a very different girl.
Being involved in that lifestyle, I didn't really have control. I didn't really know right from wrong, if that makes sense. I thought I was cool, to be fair. I enjoyed it, and I didn't really realise what life was about, if that makes sense. Sports, especially boxing for me personally, has helped me to stay focused, keep fit, eat healthy, maintain a healthy diet, and be a lot happier myself personally. Hopefully I'm going to go on to bigger things as well. When I leave school, studying sport fitness science, learning to be a PT and go into more sports industry. That will hopefully help me in my future and career in boxing as well. But I definitely think having somebody to go to has helped me express my feelings, just let a lot of anger out. Maybe boxing is not going to be the sport that you choose to do, but any other sport or what you enjoy could be what you choose to do. But then you'll also have a mentor. Best will be there to support you and help.
I
think the boxing and Best has helped Jess break away from her past through basically giving her another interest, something else to concentrate on and put her mind towards improving her health. So that's obviously had a knock-on effect as well. It's made her happier and just a lot more grounded person. I think Jess has developed really well. She's put a lot of her own time into it. She's listened to what I've asked her to do. She's doing a lot of work outside of the gym as well. She's putting the running in, and we've talked about the different levels of fitness that she needs to be at, and she really understands that now, and she's really putting in the hard work. So I'm really pleased with how she's progressed. Like most people's past, when you look back, there's always things you would change, possibly. You know, maybe she can reflect on some of the things that she's done and use them in a positive way to make her feel better about how she is now. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, she's going to have a lot of good experiences through getting involved in the boxing, and you know, she can go as far as she wants to go. So, you know, in terms of looking back, I think it's very much looking forward.
Paul is fantastic with Jess. I think that's like a father-daughter relationship rather than a coach relationship. I mean, Jess will go out in the evenings or early afternoons. She'll do her sprints. And the minute she beats her time by 1 minute, she's straight on the phone to Paul, so pleased of herself. You know, he's the first person when she's met her targets that she will go to. And it's brilliant to see that she's got that relationship with somebody like that, and that she doesn't have to speak to her parents. You know, parents always see things differently to the way other people do. And I know if Paul was worried about something that was said, he would certainly give us his concerns.
When it comes to Paul Rogers and Paul's relationship with Jessica, Paul's dad number 2. Paul is her mate, her friend, someone she trusts. Paul is my mate, my friend, and someone I trust, and I speak for Sarah as well. He's given his heart and soul to Jessica as a mentor and putting her through places. And he honestly and truly believes, Paul's a very experienced boxer. He's boxed for many years. And Paul honestly believes that Jessica has a bloody good shot, a damn good shot of boxing for England in amateurs, and possibly setting her sights on 2028 Olympic Games.
A friend of mine outside the ring and a coach inside the ring. Definitely learn from the best. Hopefully we'll win a couple fights, and yeah.
So I'm really hoping that obviously once the pandemic has eased off and the restrictions have eased off a bit, you know, we're going to get back to sparring, get into the gyms, and hopefully travel with Jess and get her sparring with other people. I think this will be the next big test for her. You know, we've been working behind closed doors, and you know, in our own little bubble, we've been doing a little bit of pad work and stuff, and bag work and fitness training, but now the real stuff, the hard stuff now with the sparring is really where it's all going to pay off. I'm quite excited to see where she's at now when we do start sparring.
I'm currently training at Scrappers Community Gym to get fit and ready for the new season, hopefully sparring, training, and then yeah, I'll be ready to box, have my first fight, win it, and get more bouts in, more fights, and hopefully start boxing for England girls, the girls England team. I think at the minute I'm at a really good place with boxing, my studies, who I need in my life and who I don't. And I think my goal, my big goal is to hopefully get to the Olympics 2028 and win it. And then I think what doors are open after that is what I'll choose to do next. But definitely going to aim for the Olympics 2028.
From a child who was constantly in trouble at school to wanting to be permanently excluded, to now she's got that dedication, you know, through the whole pretty much last year of lockdown. She carried on her training. She will get up and she'll run. You know, now she's back at school again. She'll sit down for hours, do her homework or artwork. She's now even a prefect at school. You know, it's like a different child. It's like who she was to she is now. People wouldn't recognize her. That determination and dedication from her is just 100% there. I think with sports, it's helped in the sense that you can get your aggravation out by punching stuff, by taking it out in the ring, not going outside and fighting out in the streets, because that's not what best is all about.
I think sports can help a lot of other people, not just boxing. Any sport you choose to do or you have an interest in, it can help you to stay focused, keep a strong mindset. You may even have talent in it, and you may even be able to pursue it to bigger things, better things. But definitely, if you have a dream, chase it and follow your dreams.
Aim for the moon. You miss the moon, you end up in the stars anyway. The future looks good for Jessica.
Overall though, I think I've come a lot way. I'm a lot stronger, I'm a lot fitter, I'm ready to box, ready to compete. Doing a lot better in my social life, got the people around me who I need. And in school, well, I leave school soon, so hopefully I'll leave school, go on to bigger and better things, and definitely will chase my goals and ambitions.